anything by it when you say certain characters that you wish you could have played. But the actors who actually did get cast could take that the wrong way. The actors who are actually playing the role could maybe think that you're somehow saying that you should have gotten the role, or that you would have done a better job with it. And I'm like, whoa, that's never what I would mean. And they're like, oh yeah, I understand, but it could be misinterpreted. So I stopped, learned that lesson, and stopped talking, like saying specific characters I wish I could have played. Because the guys that did get cast are doing an awesome job. So I'm very grateful for the roles I have gotten to play. You know, when I auditioned for Full Metal Panic, I wanted to play Sosuke Sagara. And you know, he was the lead, and I wanted to play the lead, and that's the big role, and I didn't get cast, and Patton did an amazing job with Sosuke, but when we started the show, I'm like, oh, I'm playing Kurt's who? Weber? Okay. But as we got into the show, in my opinion, maybe this is just my taking pride in that character, he's a lot more fun, he's got a lot more personality and attitude, and I loved playing him, and I would have never thought that, but you know, that's just the way things work out. Sometimes the secondary characters are often a lot more fun, even, you know?
Favorite Dragon Con memory?
Oh my gosh. Favorite Dragon Con memory? My goodness. Well, that's pretty cool, you know? I mean, that's pretty awesome. I tell you what, you know what? Better. After I met William Shatner, this is kind of a funny story, you guys, because I was in line. I mean, I was kind of hoping that my little yellow ribbon would like give me some kind of a, oh sure, come on up here, meet him. No, they don't care. Nobody cares. So me and my good friend James Cawley, who plays Captain Kirk in Star Trek New Voyages. Some of you asked me about that. I just got done directing. Oh my gosh. Tonight, you guys, tonight, 7 o'clock, there is a Star Trek New Voyages panel. I just not only did Michelle and I play characters in the latest episode, but I directed the episode. And I want you guys, will you do me a favor? I love you. Will you do me a favor? If you can possibly do it, and if you have any love for Star Trek at all, I want you to come and blow out that panel tonight at 7 o'clock, okay? Come to the panel. We're going to be showing a little preview for the episode that I directed. And if you want to see what I look like as a Klingon, you don't want to miss that. And I'll bet you it's in a small room. And I would love to bring the anime / sci-fi fans into that room and totally like take over. Right? So, 7 o'clock. Look it up in your book, and if you can be there, please join me, okay? James Cawley will be there, and I'll be there. It'll be a lot of fun. But James and I both wanted to get Shatner's autograph yesterday. So we bought our picture. No, they didn't give us one. Bought it like everybody else. Walk over, and we walk into a room like this, and there's like 300 people in a queue waiting to walk up to just get a signature. And he doesn't even like look. I mean, you don't talk to him, you know what I mean? It's not like this, you know? It's not like this. Hey man, how are you? It's, you know, it's just... So we're waiting, and one cool thing about the episode I just directed of Star Trek was our guest actor was Gil Gerard. He came and played this Starfleet admiral who comes on board the Enterprise to tell them about this mission they need to go on. So I became buddies with Gil Gerard, right? And James and I. We're standing in line, and Gil Gerard, his wife went back to his table and told Gil that James and I were standing in line to meet Shatner. Well, guess what? Gil Gerard has been buddies with Shatner for 30 years. So all of a sudden, we're standing there, and all of a sudden, Gil Gerard walks up and grabs us and goes, come on, you're friends of mine, you're not standing in line. So he walks us right up to the window. And I'm trying to call Michelle and go, honey, get over here. We're gonna meet him right now. Run! And she, you know how it is to get from one hotel to another here. She's like, I can't. And I'm like, there's Shatner. I can't be like, you know, I can't stand there. Excuse me, Bill. And so, and Gil Gerard's like, put that phone away, come on, what are we gonna do? So I'm like, yeah! And I put it away, and I said hello to him, and it's one of those moments where, what do you say? What do you say that 10 million fans have not said before? And I thought, don't even try. Don't try to say something witty or funny or something different. Just look him in the face, look him in the eyes and say, it's an honor to meet you. I've always wanted to meet you. That's it. What else can I say? I love you as Captain Kirk. No, I mean, you live long and prosper. I mean, what do you do, right? So I just shook his hand, and I just stood there and looked at him while Gil was talking to him. He and Gil were chatting it up for 10, 15 seconds, and they were, yucking it up and buddies and stuff. And James Colley and I just stood there, just kind of like, this is so awesome. I just want to touch his head. I wanted to go up and go, Denny Crane. Denny Crane. This is amazing. So I left, and I was so upset because Michelle couldn't make it over in time. It happened so quick, We were in line. We thought we'd be standing in line for an hour to get his autograph, and she was on her way over. So, like, 2 minutes after we got done, she made it up there, and she's like almost in tears. Not almost. And Gil was still standing there. Gil and his wife and James and I, and she'd walked up, and Kat was there. And so Gil said, he's like, you know what? Take her over there. Shatner's never been able to resist a sexy girl in his life. So I'm like, you know what the heck, let's try it. So we walked over there, and I walked up to the police officer that's standing there to make sure nobody approaches the guy, right? And I said, do you remember me? We were just here with Gil Gerard 2 minutes ago. And he's like, well, Gil Gerard is good friends with Mr. Shatner. He sent her over as a gift for William Shatner. Can we say hello? And the guy's like, yeah, go ahead. So we walk up, and Mr. Shatner gets done signing something, and he looks up, and I say, I have a gift for you from Gil Gerard. And he looks up, and he looks up, and Michelle says, Happy Labor Day. And Shatner goes, is it my birthday too? Is it my birthday? And so then I'm like, what did I say? I said something like, Gil thought you'd get a kick out of this, and he goes, he's very funny, isn't he? So laid back, but that was my favorite moment, to be with my girl and meeting Shatner. So. Did you come to see me? One more.
Favorite moment was me and your girlfriend.
I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too. I gotta go back up.
Okay, where are you at?
I'm in the concert.
Con Suite? Go see this lady. She's the most awesome Con Suite queen ever, okay? Love you, sweet. Good to see you. Can I show a video? You want to see a video? How many of you have not seen a little fan film I made called Full Metal Fantasy?
I have not.
Really? That many have not seen it? Okay. I think that would be the best thing to show them, because I haven't been able to show it. Let me tell you a quick story, and then we'll set this up. Get that ready. It's the last one on the list. Right after we started recording Full Metal, I mean, like within a year, we had started, and I was really falling in love with this show. I'm like, oh my gosh, this show is so awesome. And somebody at a convention said, you know what, you want to cosplay as Edward Elric? And I'm like, no, I'm way too tall. But then I started thinking, what would be a good story idea whereby a normal guy like me could turn into an anime character? So I made up this idea, and then it kind of wheels started turning. I started thinking,